Hello, beautiful souls. It's me, Deloche from Girl and Her Moon, and today I will be channeling the energies of the Virgo New Moon through the tarot cards. I will also be channeling information or energies coming through for the Mars retrograde as well that we are all experiencing. So this will be like a combination of both energies where we will be looking at the Virgo energies as well as the Mars energies being in retrograde motion. Virgo New Moon or Virgo energy is all about healing others, service to others. It's all about duties, routine, health, pets, if you've got any pets, relating to your pets. It relates to your work environment. Also service to others. So helping others, healing others, whatever it may be. We also have the Mars in retrograde motion, which means that there's a lot of pent-up fire energy that is slowed down. So we may see bursts of anger, words that are spoken unintentionally or out of the blue. All this is possible during this time, but it is also a time where we will be looking at why we're doing that, why we have acted that way, why we have spoken those words, why we feel angry, what makes us feel angry, why can't we move forward, why can't we take action, what is holding us back. Maybe we need to analyze and look into the situations that we need to see that is blocking us. Maybe it's for the better. Maybe we're not meant to move forward. Maybe we need to deal with certain situations first before we can move forward. Maybe certain habits are holding us back, certain beliefs or conditionings. So all of this is part of the energies, and it's all about big changes at a personal level as well as a collective level. So let's get into the Zodiac signs and see what each sign needs to work through, and what kind of messages are coming through. And we will also be looking at how to heal if there is healing required. So 5 cards for each zodiac sign, and we will start with Aries as always. So Aries, you are in the 6th house, which is normally ruled by Virgo itself. So it is all about your working environment, duties, your routine, health, all of those, pets. Let's have a look and see what comes through for you, Aries. So 5 cards for Aries. As I shuffle, they should all fall out. Flick out. Sometimes we get 2 cards relating to one position within the layout, which is just giving us extra information, and that is just me being clumsy there. Okay. Okay, so we've got our cards. I'll just face them your way. Okay, so for the first position, we've got 2 cards, Aries. And the first question within the layout we have is, how can you be of service to others? Or how can you help heal or be of service to others? And what we have is these two cards here. Okay, so the very first card we have is the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords. Now the Swords cards all relate to the mind, the processes and the expressions of the mind. I'll just put that music down a little bit. And the next card we have is the Six of Pentacles. Okay, and Six of Pentacles relate to material, physical and three-dimensional world, everything within your world. So the Sword cards is air element, and the Pentacle or coin cards are earth element, basically relating to the earth or earthly plane. Okay, so with the Eight of Swords, how can you help heal or be of service to others? What I see here is, first you have to accept yourself. And you have to see situations from a new perspective and feel the freedom to be able to give and receive. Okay, so first you need to have self-acceptance. Okay, within your mind. Everything is within the mind. So first you need to have self-acceptance, have a new perspective on other people's situations, your situation, where you are, how you can release yourself from anything that is holding you back. Okay, and free yourself from those bondages, situations that hold you back. Okay, first you need to do that, and then you can have this giving and receiving, the flow of giving and receiving. So it's not just about helping others to heal or being of service to others, but it's also a healthy flow of giving and receiving. So what you do will be coming back to you. Okay, so that is in the first question. The second question is, what do you need to recognize in your life and be ambitious about it? Okay, so here we have the Two of Coins. The Two of Coins, I'll just hold it up. Two of Coins or Pentacles. You can see a person juggling like coins, but there is that eternity symbol, which is like the connection between the earthly plane as well as the spiritual plane. It represents manifesting through the spiritual realm into the physical realm. Okay, that's what that infinity symbol means. Okay, connection of the two, being coherent and connected. So what do you need to recognize in your life and be ambitious about it? What you need to recognize is what is out of balance in your life. Okay, what you need to do is start balancing what needs to be balanced, prioritizing your life. As you are in the sixth house, it's all about your life, your routine, your daily routine, your work environment, everything. So you need to balance all of that, adapt to situations as much as you can. But other than that, if you can see the person juggling, okay, it's like juggling their life, basically trying to have a balance. They have, they are actually like dancing. So it's saying, but in momentum, where you feel connected, where you're enjoying the moment, okay, but also being connected to the higher realms, because that's what that hat means. It just means being connected to the higher realms through the crown chakra. That's a really long hat. It's a symbol of connectedness to the higher realms. So being connected to your spiritual side, being connected to understanding how this universe works, okay, balancing your life. And when you do strike a balance, be in the moment, strike a momentum, enjoying the moment, being in that moment. That's when you will be able to manifest all the things that you require into your life. And when I say manifest all the things, now you may desire to manifest something into your life, but it may not work that way. You may have to go through something that is hard, and everything is for us in a sense, because we need to learn through the polarities, whether it's good or bad. And even if you are going through a bad time, just realize that it is because of what you manifested, because you have manifested through your bad habits or beliefs or conditionings, and you're going through that, and it's like you have to recognize it. You have to wake up and understand it. The reason why you're going through that is through your own making. And once you do realize that, you will have the ability, and even if you don't know how to, things will come into your life that will show you how to manifest the good, show you how to manifest ease, joy, and glory into your life. Okay, so that's what that is all about. So what you need to recognize in your life and be ambitious about is to find balance in your life. Okay, and while you're balancing, to be able to enjoy life. Okay, right. Third question, what do you need to pay attention to that you may be trying to control or be angry about? The Eight of Cups. Cups are cards that represent the heart, the emotions. So these cups basically are hearts. And this card, if you have a look at the picture, looks like someone's walking away from those cups or hearts, or should I say emotional attachments. Okay, so what do you need to pay attention to that you may be trying to control or be angry about? Okay, so you may be angry about certain emotional attachments. You may be trying to avoid attachments, emotional attachments, wanting to walk away from disillusionment, wanting to leave something behind. Maybe you're angry or trying to control fear or fear of loss. Okay, so the best way to do it is to walk away from those emotional attachments that make you feel fearful about loss or fearful about change. Maybe you've been feeling unsettled lately because you have been feeling unrooted, or you just want to move forward to avoid anger. Maybe that's another thing. Maybe you need to just avoid anger. Maybe you have to just realize, accept, and move away from that emotion. Maybe you just need to move away from anything that makes you angry. Anything that you have been trying to control. What you need to do is you need to full-heartedly let go and move away from being controlling. Okay, so that's what this card is all about. Okay, so the next card we have is what you need to declutter and rebuild in your life. King of Wands. Fire energy card. Okay, this is fire element card. The cups were water element associated with the emotions. The King of Wands is a fire energy, and it represents the spirit side of the human being. So it's all about your ideas, your creations, your attitudes, your desires, aspirations, inspirations, all of those things, behaviors and attitudes. So the King of Wands, what you need to declutter and rebuild in your life, it's saying, well, you need to realize that you are your own leader. Okay, so the King of Wands is known for its leadership qualities. Okay, and they're good at overcoming any kind of challenges because they don't lose sight of the big picture. Okay, so what you need to do is declutter your life and realize that you have to go back onto your path where you are not losing sight of that big picture, and rebuild your life by taking the horns of the bull. Is that what they say? So yeah, bringing in that leadership quality that serves your life. The King of Wands is also fiery king. Now, we don't look at gender, we look at the energies, because this is not a specific personalized reading. So this is all about the energies here. And the King of Wands can be very overbearing or impulsive, maybe anger-filled. So you have to also look at that side of yourself. Okay, maybe what you feel with your emotions, we also got here. Okay, moving away from the emotions of trying to control, trying to be, you know, all those pent-up anger or feelings of anger, releasing all of those and moving forwards towards the king. You can see it's moving towards the king. Okay, see the direction? It's moving towards the king, and the king is facing this card, which is showing, you know, acceptance. So accept your ability to turn all of that pent-up anger and trying to control into more having the ability to be that leader of your own life, taking authority over your own life, where you realize that you are strong enough to overcome any challenge in your life without losing the sight of the big picture. Okay, the last card we have is the Sun card. So where to focus your energy on that is worth fighting for. The Sun is the most positive card in the tarot deck, and it is all about joy, success, a celebration, and pleasure. So focus on your moments, your days, the times that are awaiting you, where you are going to be feeling joy and success and pleasure, possibly under the sun if you are in the northern hemisphere at the moment. But if not, it can be in the southern hemisphere soon. Okay, so yeah, that's where you should focus your energy on. That is worth fighting for. Okay, fight for your happiness, fight for the joyful times. And when I say fight, I don't mean fighting, I mean, you know, like striving for, strive for those joyful moments, the moments where you feel like a child again, in your fantasy world. You can see the little child there. Connect with your inner child and make magic happen, basically. Okay, so that is what's coming through for Aries. So Aries, enjoy the new moon in Virgo. Okay, so the next sign we have is Taurus. Let's see what comes through for Taurus. 5 cards. Okay, so Taurus, you are in the 5th house during the new moon in Virgo. And the 5th house is all about recreation. It's all about romance and creativity. When I say romance, it could be like falling in love, falling out of love. It's not about full-on relationships. It's about the idea of falling in love. You know, the feeling of falling in love, the idea of that feeling. But it's a very creative time for you where you will want to do, you know, things like hobbies and maybe getting in touch with children as well, you know, involving them within your activities and so on. So let's see what comes through in regards to this new moon in Virgo. So we got 5 questions. The very first question we have is, how can you help heal or be of service to others? And we have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so the Knight of Pentacles, Pentacles are earth element cards. So the Pentacle cards or the coin cards, they relate to the material, physical and 3-dimensional world. They are earth element cards and very earthy, down to earth, you know, just earth, earth, earth. And the Knight of Pentacles is a very, very hard working and responsible energy. Okay, so how can you help heal or be of service to others? Through hard work and responsibility, basically. Okay, so that's what this card is saying. So work hard to help heal or be of service to others. Okay, second question is, what do you need to recognize in your life and be ambitious about it? Okay, so we have the Devil card, which is the next card, and it represents any kind of toxic habits, beliefs, or because we're in the Virgo new moon at the moment, Virgo is all about routine, you know, everything that you've been doing up until now, reorganizing daily habits, etc. So if you've got a bad habit or a toxic habit or belief or even attachment, this is what you need to recognize in your life and be ambitious about releasing that. Okay, Be ambitious about releasing what is toxic and habitual in your life at the moment. Okay, card number 5. We have the 5 of Coins. Now, 5 of Coins are again very similar to the Knight of Pentacles, earth element cards relating to the earthly plane, your material, physical, and three-dimensional world. The 5 of Coins usually is known as the card of loss. What's the third question? What do you need to pay attention to that you may be trying to control or be angry about? Okay, so this is saying that if you're feeling insecure, if you're feeling low resources, if you're feeling like you're rejected, if you're feeling like, you know, feeling the feels of someone that you broke up with in the recent months, whatever it may be, if you feel like you are not acknowledged, if you feel like you're not being taken, you're being taken granted of, okay, if you feel like you are always at a loss in some way, this is a cycle that you're in, okay? Again, that's where the Devil card is coming through. It's saying that what you're feeling is through this habitual, toxic way of thinking, okay? Mindful habit or conditioning, family conditioning, societal conditioning, cultural conditioning, religious conditioning, spiritual conditioning, any kind of conditioning. Look at it and see if it works for you. If it's not, and if it keeps you in this situation, you need to move forward from this, okay? So what you need to pay attention to that you may be trying to control or be angry about, you're trying to control not to be at a loss. You're trying to control something in your life that you're in cycles of. You know, you're in a cycle. You just can't, it's like a vicious cycle. And it's coming through this habitual kind of situation. It may be through even a relationship that you're in, okay, where you are being taken for granted or not being acknowledged, feeling like you're on your own, left alone, rejected, whatever it may be. Look at it and see it, whether you should be trying to control it or whether it's worth being angry about it, okay? No one has the ability to make you angry unless you have a certain mindset about it, okay? So it's through your own perspective. It's through your own perspectives. Okay, so card number 3, that needs a little bit of working on. So you have to realize where you are feeling angry, where you're feeling like you need to control. What is it that you need to control? Why do you feel like you need to control? Maybe the person or the people that you are associated with who are acting in their own kind of perspective do not understand your perspective, and they think that the way they act is normal, and they may not even perceive the way you see things. Okay, so you have to try and understand that not everything is set up in the way you perceive it, okay? And respecting others' differences is what you really need to do. Okay, so we may see something as black, another person might see it as different tones of different colors. Okay, so we have to respect their differences. We have to acknowledge why they are thinking that way, respect their differences, and try not to condition our lives in the way, it's like punishing yourself basically. So if you are trying to change someone to be a certain way because it fits your needs, then it's only fair that they try to change you to the way they see, because it fits their needs. Okay, so it is not possible to change anyone, and it's not worth being angry about the situation, because you're only angry with that emotion because it does not fit your needs. And you can't always have the situation fitting your needs. Okay, so look at it, respect the other person. Okay, respect the other person, because if the other person was exactly like you, it would be just another person that is basically you, and everyone else will be you as well, and that would be so boring. You need variety, you need polarity, otherwise there'll be no growth, evolution, okay, in this lifetime. Okay, so the next question we have, we've got two cards here. Excuse me. So two cards. The first card we have is another 5 card, which is this time the 5 of Swords. And we also have the Death card. Now the Death card and the Devil card in this layout are both higher arcana or major arcana cards. But this one here is a Swords card, and it's air element relating to the mind, the processes and expressions of the mind. Card number 5s are hard cards. They're all about challenges, okay? And the fourth question is what you need to declutter and rebuild in your life. So you need to declutter this, basically. Okay, so it's all about if you've been, for instance, if you've been going through some sort of emotional situation where you feel resentment or regret, or you desire to reconcile with someone, or you want to forgive them, or you want to just, you know, have closure, and thinking about this person constantly, it's saying it's time to release and let go, declutter, okay? Release and let go of that situation. If there were situations where it has been constantly on your mind, where you want to go back to that situation and understand why. It's all about, you know, the mind. It's like the mind is busy at thinking, why has this, you know, situation just suddenly after all this time ended, or why did it turn out this way? I just want to go back to that and try to figure out why. This is saying end it, release it, declutter your life from this situation. Forget it, close the door, forgive it, release it, and let go. Okay, that's what the Death card is all about. It's about ending a situation and starting a new cycle or new situation. The next card we have is where to focus your energy on that is worth fighting for or striving for, your success. So look at your life. Where do you want to succeed in? It may be anything. It may be work, career, family, having a baby, a project that needs to be completed, whatever it is that you need to succeed in. Flow your energy into that. Focus your energy onto that. Okay, and strive towards success, basically. Okay, so that is what you need to do, Taurus. Okay, so that is for you. Hope you enjoy the Virgo New Moon energies. Okay, so Gemini, you're the next sign. Let's see what comes through for you. Gemini, you're in the 4th house, so it's all about home and getting grounded and finding your place in the world where you feel at home, etc. All of that. Let's see what comes through for you. So 5 cards. Okay, so Gemini, the very first card you have is the 6 of Wands. Okay, the 6 of Wands. This is a fire element card and it represents your spirit side. So it's all about your ideas, your inspirations, your behaviors and attitudes, your desires, your passions. Okay, so the 6 of Wands in particular represents success. It represents victory or being publicly recognized. Okay, so the very first question that we have relating to this card is, how can you help heal or be of service to others? Okay, so this is saying through feeling successful. So the more successful you feel, the more you will be able to help. So if you tried something in regards to helping, being of service to others, or helping others heal in a sense, if you have seen successful results recently, it is saying you will feel more inspired, card of inspiration, more inspired or passionate about helping others, being of service to others, or healing others in a sense. Okay, so the next card is, what do you need to recognize in your life and be ambitious about it? Okay, so what you need to recognize with this card, which is the 4 of Cups, Cups representing the hearts. Okay, so they're emotional cards, they represent emotions and feelings, water element cards. And if you can see in the picture, you see a hand out of the cloud, out of the blue, handing over a cup, or emotions and feelings, or the heart. And you're sitting there with your arms and legs crossed. You can't even perceive the cup. You can't even see it. You're focused on these ones here at the lower level or lower frequency. These ones at the higher level, which is higher frequency. It's coming from the higher realms. Okay, so what do you need to recognize in your life and be ambitious about is that you are loved. There is a lot of love being presented to you. There is a lot of this emotion, this energy flowing your way, but you are closed to it. because you are so focused on the material plane or whatever's happening on the emotional side in relating to the material plane or your three-dimensional world. So you have to realize that this world does not only involve the material plane, we also are spiritual beings. So you need to open yourself up more to the information that's flowing your way. Watch out for the signs. Listen to all of those signs that your angels or the ascended masters are trying to portray to you. Listen to them. Try to understand them. Try to see what they're trying to say to you. Listen to your dreams. Listen to your feelings. Listen to your intuition. Allow the growth to come through. It's like an upgrade to your spiritual beingness. If you are closed, you're not allowing the flow to come through, which will mean that you will not have some sort of evolutionary spiritual growth happening. Okay, allow it. So this is something that you need to recognize in your life and be ambitious about having it in your life. Okay, think about it. Be more ambitious. Try to understand it. Try to see the signs. Try to understand your dreams. Try to see what the upper realms are trying to portray to you. Okay. So the next question with the third card, what do you need to pay attention to that you may be trying to control or be angry about? Okay, so we have a swords card here. It's not a fire sign card, so it probably does not represent anger. It probably represents trying to control. So we see someone who's trying to move forward from some sort of troubled situation to wanting to go forwards towards calmer, peaceful waters. Okay, so you can see the troubled waters here, and you can see calmer, serene waters out here, and the boat is going that way, but it's too heavy. It's taking a long time because there's so many swords in there. The swords represent the mind, and it's all about what's in your mind, your worries, your it could even be like your mindful habits, your conditionings. You may expect something in a certain way that you're used to, and you can't let go of that way of being because you're used to it. It's a habit, and what you need to do is get rid of all of those fears, even fears. What will happen when I go there? What will I be faced with? Etc., etc. Okay, so releasing all of those and moving forwards will be much easier, much quicker. Okay, so that is what you need to pay attention to, that you may be trying to control. Okay, I'm not saying this is related to anger because it's a swords card, it's air element. If it was a fire card, it may have related to anger as well. Okay, card number 4, what you need to declutter and rebuild in your life. Okay, so we have the 9 of Cups here, and the 9 of Cups represents lack of true joy in the negative way. Okay, so this is something that you need to declutter and rebuild in your life. So this is saying that you are lacking true joy and you're feeling dissatisfaction or lacking satisfaction. So what this is saying is that you need to declutter your feelings relating to those situations, because the Cups card relate to emotions and feelings. Okay, so if you're feeling dissatisfied, if you're feeling a lack of true joy, if you're feeling emotional instability. You need to declutter your feelings of those and embrace with gratitude the satisfaction that you have, the luxury that you have. Believe that what you have, there are certain people who have less than that. So what you have is still a luxury. And embrace the emotional stability as much as you can. Okay, so this card is known as the Wish card. It may also represent being too smug and too full of yourself. It may also represent overeating or over drinking. Okay, so these may be the situations that you need to declutter. We are in Virgo season, and this is a new moon in Virgo, so it also relates to health. Okay, it relates to your health, your daily routine, and this may be saying that maybe certain things that you are consuming is not working for you. Okay, maybe you're taking too much of certain things. Maybe you may be overeating, over drinking. Even if you're health conscious, maybe you're taking too much of a certain, say, vitamins, whatever it may be, that is cluttering your physical body. And this is basically saying, you know, you may need to have a detox time. Okay, so declutter and rebuild your life with more joy, more satisfaction, and gratitude. Okay, the next card we have is where to focus your energy on that is worth fighting for. So if you have been thinking about traveling, because the Knight of Wands is a wanderer, they love traveling. That's the first thing in regards to the Knight of Wands, travel. But it's usually relating to action, it's usually relating to adventure. So where you need to focus your energy on that is worth striving for. Okay, I'm going to change this word from fighting, I'm going to say striving. Okay, striving for. So do not be impulsive and reckless, but take action. Be adventurous, be a little bit fearless. Okay, focus on your travels, focus on the way you take action. Certain things that you have wanted to take action but haven't been able to lately, it's time to think about how to take action. Okay, so that's what this card is all about, action. So where to focus your energy on that is worth striving for, any kind of action that has adventure involved in it. Okay, so that is for you, Gemini. Enjoy the new moon in Virgo. The next sign we have is Cancer. Okay, so Cancer, you are in the third house, and the third house relates to, it's a very intellectual house actually. So it relates to communication, learning, short courses, local distances, your siblings. It can relate to communication of all sorts. And if you like writing or reading, also those as well. Your mind will be very sharp during this time, but you will also be kind of like unsettled. Okay, so you need to maybe ground yourself more because your energies will be all over the place. So let's see what comes through with the tarot. 5 cards for you. That one wants to come out. Okay, so we've got these cards, and we've got 2 cards in that position. We'll be looking at that as well. Push them back a little bit so you can see all of them. Okay, so the first question we have in this layout relating to the new moon in Virgo: how can you help, heal, or be of service to others? And what we have here is the 2 of Cups. That's a beautiful card to have in this position because it represents unity. Okay, it represents love. It represents connection. It represents communication. And you're in the 3rd house, so it is all about that. What else does that mean? Well, basically, it's all about love. Okay, it's all about love with love. So how can you help, heal, or be service to others, be of service to others? With love, through heartfelt connections. You can see the cups there. See how they're connected with that symbol in the middle that's coming down from the angel. Okay, that's basically the DNA. Okay, and it's the spiritual DNA. And you've got the cups connected to the spiritual DNA. So it's saying through the heart, as the angel blesses the connection, okay, connecting heart to heart. The cups represent heart, represents emotions and feelings. It's water element card. Okay, so the next card we have is the 5 of Wands. Fire element, it's the spirit side of the human being, and usually relating to, you know, desires, passions, inspirations, and so on. So what do you need to recognize in your life and be ambitious about? If you have been feeling passionate about something lately in your life, this is that card. It's saying, well, keep at it, keep striving for it, okay? Be passionate about it. If you have been lacking passion, this is saying that you need to find your passion. If you feel it, if you have been feeling in conflicting thoughts, feelings, whatever, recently, or you have been feeling like you're in competition of some sort, this is saying that you need to pull yourself back from that situation and respect others' differences. Okay, if certain people, especially relating to love and connection with certain people, you have felt conflicting, this is saying you need to look at the situation in a way where you respect their differences. Not everyone is the same. You can't have everyone the same. Okay, so yeah, that's what that card is saying. Okay, so the next card we have is a 5 card again. This time it's a swords card, and the swords cards represent the mind, the processes and expressions of the mind. It's air element. So what do you need to pay attention to that you may be trying to control or be angry about? Okay, so if you have been angry about a situation in your life where trying to release someone that either rejected you or you rejected them, or a situation where you were kind of like left out or you kind of try to avoid, whatever that situation is, if this situation has been in your mind and it has been hard to get rid of from your mind, okay, so, and it has, if it's been a situation that relates to a relationship that has been released in the past, recent months, where because there was conflicting ideas and you felt and you feel like you have been trying to control the situation. You wanted to control it, and because you couldn't, you felt angry about it. So this is saying that you need to release that. You cannot have, whether it's a relationship or a situation, whatever situation it may be, if you released it or let go of it, or you have been released and let go of because of conflicting values or situations or thoughts or beliefs, whatever it may be, conditionings, and you felt angry because you couldn't control it, or you felt angry because you felt the other person was or the situation was trying to control you, it's time to release and let go of that. Okay, it's time to release and let go, because it's something that you cannot control. The more you try to control, the more you'll be angry. So realize your anger, realize that you have been trying to control it, so that it fits your belief, it fits your way of being. You can't mold someone into your shape, otherwise they'll end up being you, and they'll just be miserable. You can't do that. So you need to realize that and understand what you have. If it was you that let go, realize what you have put the other person through, or the other people through, or vice versa. Okay? And if they let you go, whatever, release the thought, release that mindset from your mind. It's all gone and finished. Just release and let go of it and forgive it. Okay? Okay, card number 4. What you need to declutter and rebuild in your life. Okay, so we got 2 cards here. The first card is relating to opportunities. Okay? All aces relate to opportunities, and this ace relates to opportunities relating to the material, physical, or 3-dimensional world. So it can relate to money, it can relate to career, it can relate to a long-term relationship, it can relate to anything that is long-term and stable within your reality. And this card came with it. It's saying that it is time to declutter your life from those thoughts. Again, it's a swords card, which relates to your thoughts. Okay, so it's time to release your thoughts in regards to this situation, which is a potential, which is an opportunity for prosperity, a new venture, and your thoughts of, thinking that you're being tricked or deceived, or people are playing behind your back, those kind of thoughts, you need to release those. Okay, so you need to declutter your life from these kind of thoughts in regards to new opportunities that have the possibility for long-term, potential. So if you're feeling suspicious, if you're feeling like people are tricking you or using you, or whatever you may think in your mind, I'm not talking about feelings, I'm talking about your thoughts. Okay, this could be due to certain things people say to you, your beliefs, your mindsets, conditionings. Okay, so you need to release those. Not everyone's out there to get you. Not everyone's out there to use you. Not everyone's out there to take advantage of you. Okay, so that's what this card is saying. That's something that you need to declutter from your system. That's not the way to live. So where to focus your energy on that is worth striving for? We have the 9 of Swords. Again, this is the cards relating to the mind, air element cards. This is saying, well, it's time to release anxiety. It's time to release the feeling of hopelessness, your worries, your fears. All of those swords represent a worry, a fear, mind chatter, all of those, to the point where it keeps you awake at night, where you won't be able to sleep, insomnia. Okay, so all of that needs to be sifted through, because that's what this card is saying. You need to declutter your life from those thoughts. Again, it's coming through. You need to reach out for help. Okay, when you feel in despair, reach out for help. So where you need to focus your energy on, that is worth striving for, is releasing all of those that do not serve you. Reach out for help. Okay. So if you've been feeling anxiety, go see someone, like a therapist, if you really need to. Okay, so that's what this card is saying. You need to reach out for help. So focus your energy on getting some sort of therapy or help, or asking someone, how can I do this? Okay, it may be anything. Everyone's different. Everyone's at a different level. Okay, so ask someone. If you feel like you need closure, get closure. If you feel like you need to see a therapist because you're feeling depressed, see a therapist. If you feel like you need to get some sort of healing done, get it done. If you feel like you need to meditate, go meditate. All of that and more. Okay, so that's for you, Cancer. So enjoy the new moon in Virgo energies. Okay, so we've got Leo. Leo, you are in the second house. And the second house relates to material and personal values, and also your security. It relates to your own possessions, money, material possessions. What you earn, what you own, all of it, personally. So it doesn't relate to shared finances, it relates to personal possessions and finances. Okay? So, yeah, that's what's coming through for you. Let's see what the cards show. So we've got a 5-card spread. 5 cards for Leo. Okay, so we got 2 cards in the 2 positions here. The very first card we have is the 4 of Pentacles. And the 4 of Pentacles is an earth element card. It relates to the material, physical, and 3-dimensional world. The 4s in particular relate to stability. Number 4 relates to stability. And Pentacle card that we have here, or the coin card that we have here, relates to budgeting. Okay, so this is just the basic meaning. So how can you help heal or be of service to others? Okay, so how can you help heal or be of service to others? By thinking of your security or your safety first. Okay, especially now that we have, the pandemic, by basically thinking of your own security and your safety. In return, it will be thinking of others' security and safety as well, or health, okay? Because we're in Virgo season now, and it is a Virgo New Moon, and Virgo New Moon basically is related to health as well. Okay, so how can you help heal or be of service to others? By being very precautious, holding back when you need to hold back. Okay, see how holding back without splurging out as well. Okay, so not spending too much of your material possessions or funds, but also your energy as well. Okay, not being overly spending too much where you kind of like tire yourself out. Okay, so you need to do it in a way where you're doing it in a balanced way. Okay, it's like budgeting basically. Okay, so the next card we have, or cards should I say, because we got two. So we got this one, which is a Four of Swords. Swords relate to the mind, the processes and expressions of the mind. So it's all about your mind, what's going on in your mind. It is also relating to air element. So it's all air element with this card. And we also have the High Priestess here. Okay, so I'll just put them this way. So the second question is, what do you need to recognize in your life and be ambitious about? Well, you need to recognize in your life that you need to rest. Okay, you need to rest, you need to restore yourself, rejuvenate, you need to contemplate. Okay, this is also a 4, and this is also a 4, both of them relating to stability, both of them relating to stability and withdrawal. Okay, so this, for instance, can relate to quarantine. It can relate to holding back, not being involved with others as much as possible. And so does this, holding back. Okay, holding back, but to a certain degree. It's not like holding back and just being stingy financially, for instance. Doesn't mean that. So when the time is right to hold back then, but when you need to also involve with others, but not to the point where you tire yourself. And what you need to be ambitious about in your life, is that you need to restore your own health. Okay, take care of your own health. That's very important. So taking care of your own health. And then we have this card on top of this one, which is the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is also about withdrawing inwards. It's a spiritual card, very spiritual card. It's all about the intuition and higher wisdom. It relates to the moon, as we see the moon at the base of her feet. And we also see like what she wears on her head looks also like a full moon, and what's at the base of her feet looks like the crescent moon. She is the all-knowing. The book that she has in her hand, even though it writes tarot, okay, it actually means it's the Akashic records, which means she can access any kind of information she requires relating to the universe, and even further than that. The High Priestess is our intuition. It's our higher wisdom. She is just, she's very, very, very female energies. So it's the yin, very deep inward energy. It relates to water element. It is the third eye. Okay, it relates to the third eye. So it's about, you know, what you see in your mind's eye. What you need to, what do you need to recognize in your life and be ambitious about is your inner wisdom, your higher wisdom, your intuition. Your inner knowing is your best guide of all. You have to understand that. You have to be ambitious of connecting with the moon's energy as well, because we've got the moon's energy here, seen in the picture. But it's all about your higher wisdom, your inner knowingness. Okay, so when you do meditate, say that you are meditating. Okay, when you are meditating, what you need to do is pay attention to your intuition or your higher wisdom, and realize that your inner knowing or inner knowingness is your best guide of all, and be ambitious about going with your intuition. Okay. All right, so the next card, what you need to declutter and rebuild in your life. Okay, so anything old, any old ideas. The aces represent potentials, okay? And this is the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is all about inspiration. Anything that does not inspire you, you need to declutter from your life and rebuild your life with inspiration, with passion, with aspiration and desire, okay? So then you'll have potential. Basically, it's saying that you need to release anything that is old and start everything the new. So what you need to what you need to pay attention to, that you may be trying to control or maybe angry about, is that you're not being inspired. You're not feeling the passion. Okay, so you need to find your passion. You need to find what inspires you, what you feel a desire for. Okay, and you need to clutter your life from everything that is old. Okay, and rebuild your life with the new inspirations and desires and passions. Okay, so where to focus your energy on that is worth striving for. If you have a relationship, a new relationship, or you have people that you love. Okay, this card is the card that represents love. Two of Cups. Cups represent emotions and feelings. And it's about, you know, two people coming together, sharing heart-to-heart feelings. Okay, connecting. The Cups represent hearts. So it's like connecting at a heart level. So that is what you need to focus your energy on, connecting with love rather than conflicting. Okay, so the Five of Wands represent confliction. This is a card of challenge, and it's all about conflicts. So if you have been experiencing conflict within your relationships lately, it's time to release the anger, release the desire to control, all of that, and just connect with love. Connect from the heart. Okay, just feel coherent to the other people around you that you love. Okay, so that's what's coming through for you, Leo. Enjoy the new moon in Virgo. Next sign we have is Virgo. Virgo. So this is your moon, and it is also Virgo season. Soon, I think. Okay, so Virgo new moon. Let's have a look and see what comes through for you. 5 cards. So Virgo season, Virgo new moon. 5 cards. Oops. So the first house, you're in the first house, and the first house represents the self. Okay, so it's all about you. Everything about you. It's your moon. You can do whatever you want. Go get a new haircut. Go get some new clothes. Put some makeup on. Do whatever makes you feel happy. Even if it means sitting down and eating a packet of chips or some cake or whatever it may be. Do whatever you feel makes you happy. But don't forget, this is also the new moon in Virgo. So the new moon in Virgo is also related to the 6th house, which represents your work environment. It represents your duties, routines, your health, your pets. Okay, so maybe you want to start something new, like a new diet, a new exercise routine, whatever it may be. Okay, it's all about you. But I would say for the next 3 to 4 days, or even a week, okay, even a week, go get some pampering done, some pampering for yourself. So it may be like getting a manicure, pedicure, a new haircut. Spend some time on your own if that is what you desire. Okay. Go up into the hills or somewhere in nature where you can ground. Go to the beach and have a swim if you can. I know a lot of you are still in quarantine or in lockdown. I would say maybe try to sort out certain things in your life, like, you know, maybe your space. Virgo would love to do that. Okay, maybe clear out your space, cook some beautiful food. Okay, whatever makes you happy, basically. Whatever makes you feel happy. If you feel like having junk food for one day, have junk food. As long as you feel happy, that's the main thing. As long as you feel content, okay? So it's all about you. Enjoy your moon, basically. All right, so we've got 5 cards, and in the 3rd position here we've got 2 cards, so we'll be looking at both of those. And let's start with the first card, King of Pentacles. We have a king that is earthy, just like you, Virgo. So the King of Pentacles represents, or pentacle cards or coin cards in general represent the material, physical and 3-dimensional world. The King of Pentacles or coins himself, all kings are visionary, or should I say all men are visual. Okay, so and the King of Pentacles is focused on his vision to have security. Okay, material security. That's what we see here. As you can see, the king is sitting in a throne with a lot of grapes around him. Looks like there's a lot of vegetation around him. Okay, so we see also a castle in the background, okay, which represents his abode, where he lives. So what we see is a king that is very secure in his life. He's got everything that he needs. Good food, good wine, okay, very secure. That's what is seen in the King of Pentacles card. Now, the first question we have is, how can you help, heal, or be of service to others? Okay, how can you help, heal, or be of service to others? Now, the King of Pentacles, okay, is very abundant, very prosperous, but also the King of Pentacles is kind of like traditional as well and loves to be the provider or the breadwinner, or they are generous. Okay, so through generosity, how can you help, heal, or be of service to others through your generosity? So as long as you're generous, Virgo, you can help, heal someone or be of service to someone through your generosity. And this does not mean through your financial generosity. It can, but it doesn't necessarily mean that. It could just mean through being generous with your time, okay? Because these cards also represent the three-dimensional world, and time is part of the three-dimensional world, okay? So your service, your time, all of that. Okay, so question number 2, what do you need to recognize in your life and be ambitious about? We have the Queen of Cups. Cups represent the emotions and feelings. Okay, and we have the Queen here. So what do you need to recognize in your life and be ambitious about? Your ability to heal, your ability to be compassionate, your ability to help people calm, your ability to help people feel comfortable. Okay, so all queens are creative. As kings are visual, queens are creative because they bear children. They're basically biologically creative. But in all essence, they are creative. And the Queen of Cups is the best queen that represents nurturing. So what you need to recognize in your life and be ambitious about is your ability to nurture others. Okay, be nurturing, motherly, basically, healing. Okay, so that's what's coming through with that card. Question number 3, what do you need to pay attention to that you may be trying to control or be angry about? So you may be trying to control. We've got these 2 cards. They're both positive cards. Okay, so we have that one, which is the 2 of Wands, which is a fire element card relating to the spirit side of the human being. So it's all about your inspirations and desires, passions, your behaviors and attitudes as well. And then we have the Star card, which is traditionally known as the Wish card. Okay, so I'll put those 2 like that. So basically, what do you need to pay attention to that you may be trying to control or be angry about? Okay, so if something hasn't been panning out the way you desired, okay, so 2s represent duality, and it's also about, it's always relating to choice. Okay, so choice in regards to how you want to move forwards. So it's about planning, making decisions. Maybe you want to move away from where you are, because it also relates to moving away. Okay, so maybe you feel like you're stuck and confined somewhere and you want to just move forwards, move somewhere else. Okay, so this is kind of making you feel maybe angry and out of control. And the Star card is a very positive card, but it relates to hopes and spiritual guidance. So if you haven't been feeling that hope or haven't feeling the spiritual guidance lately, maybe you're feeling angry about that as well. If things are not manifesting the way you want them to manifest, maybe it is that is the reason why you're feeling angry, because you can't move forwards from where you are. Okay, so that kind of situation. Just realize that certain things cannot happen that quickly. You need to wait for situations to unfold, okay, in its natural rhythm. Okay, so card number 4, what do you need to declutter and rebuild in your life? If you have been feeling complacent, if you have been feeling resentment or regret, this is the card of not being able to see the love that is offered through the higher realms. Okay, so that cup there, the cups represent love. They represent emotions and feelings. And this cup is being offered to you out of the blue through a cloud, but you're not seeing that. You can't perceive it. You're just focused on these 3, which is related to the lower realms. Okay, so you can't perceive that. So what you need to do is declutter your life of all the things that you feel regretful of, resentful of, or if you're feeling complacent in a situation, it's time to move, basically. Okay, and start to perceive that you are loved. You are loved because you're feeling like you're not getting the spiritual guidance that you want, and it's not coming through, and you're getting angry because you can't move forward. Okay, that kind of situation. But the guidance is there, the love is there. Okay, all you need to do is uncross your arms and legs. In other words, open your heart center, open your heart and your mind to allow that to come through. Okay, because the star card is relating to the crown chakra. That's where all the information flows through. You can see the stars lined up coming through the crown here. Okay, so it's all about the crown chakra. It is water element, air element. This one is air element as well. Okay, so open your crown chakra. So where to focus your energy on that is worth striving for? The Empress. This is your card because it is ruled by Venus, like you are, Virgo. Okay, strive to be yourself. Strive to be yourself. This card is ruled by Venus. It is earth element, and it relates to the heart and sacral chakras. So it is saying work on your heart and sacral chakras. Allow the information coming through. Okay, be connected to the earth, as it will remind you that abundance is unlimited. It will remind you that abundance of your manifestations are unlimited. So do something creative, do something fertile, plant some things in the garden, do something creative, go sit in nature, feel the abundance of nature, feel the abundance of the earth, get connected to the earth, be coherent with the earth, feel your strength as a woman, because the Empress is not a queen, she is an empress. So she's also ruled by Venus, which means she is very strong with the female energies. So focus your energy on your female energies, the woman that you are. Okay, and if you're male, focus on getting in touch with the female energies as well, because maybe you're lacking the female energies. Okay, we all have male and female energies within us, everyone and everything, basically. That's how this universe is built, on polarity. So maybe you're lacking the female energies, gents, and you need to balance the energies. And ladies, if you have been feeling out of touch of your female side, feeling less and low, or being taken granted of, it's time to grab that energy and take it and be that energy. Okay, feel that energy, be the woman, sing that song, I am woman. Okay, so that's what you need to do. Okay, so connecting to the earth, being coherent with the earth and everything that the earth holds within it. So that's for you, Virgo. Enjoy your own new moon. Okay, Libra, we have you next, and you're in the 12th house. Ooh. So the 12th house is time to release a lot of issues. It's the last house in the zodiac wheel, and it's all about things coming out into the open, you know, secrets coming out into the open. You may realize certain things that you haven't realized before, certain things that you didn't know that were right in front of your nose, you know, you will realize during this time. And if you're feeling a little bit funny because you're having kind of like psychologically feeling out of sorts, that is normal during this time because you're going through that stage. Okay, so if you're feeling a bit weird psychologically, maybe you're seeing things, hearing things, or feeling just a little bit out of balance, it's because you're growing and you're ending a cycle on the zodiac wheel. So it's all normal, it's all natural for you. Okay. This house is also related to the subconscious, so it may be also relating to your dreams. You may be in dream season. Maybe you're seeing vivid dreams, lucid dreams. Maybe you're, you know, seeing weird and wild dreams. Maybe time to invest in a dream journal. Okay. It's also about the imagination as well. So your imagination may go wild during this time. You may imagine things that in your mind that are not real, or your mind may go out of control. You may think someone said something and truly believe that they said something, but they didn't. Okay, your mind can play games during this time with you. So that is all normal. Just understand that because you're going through the 12th house. Okay, so let's have a look and see what comes through for you. So 5 cards. Ooh, that's the first card that jumped out. Okay, so we've got 5 cards. Excuse me. Okay, so the first question we have is, how can you help, heal, or be of service to others? And we've got the 9 of coins or pentacles. Okay, so the 9s represent fruition. So this card represents with independent wealth or your own resources. So not your joint resources, but if you want to do some sort of charity work or help someone with a financial crisis and you're in a partnership, this does not represent joint finances, it represents your own finances. So you may be willing to help someone out with your own finances. It can also represent maybe helping that person to feel more secure and more grounded. Okay, so that is also what's coming through. Maybe you can help them to feel more grounded, taking them into nature, okay? Giving them your attention, okay? Taking them into nature, being more connected with nature. That's what's coming through. Okay, card number 2. What do you need to recognize in your life and be ambitious about it? Okay, we've got a really, really dark gloomy card here. Okay, this is the 10 of Swords. Swords represent your mind, whatever goes on in your mind, your mindful processes and expressions. So this represents completion. So something has completed. Okay, so what do you need to recognize in your life and be ambitious about it? So something has been completed in your life. Something has been ended. Okay, so realize that something has ended in your life where you can rebuild and restart. Okay, this could be relating to maybe feeling like a forced ending as well. Okay, it could be like a forced ending, but you have to realize that whatever it is that has ended in your life has ended for the best. It's time to rise from the ashes, basically. That's what this card is saying. Okay, and what can you be ambitious about? Ambitious, once you complete something, what can you be ambitious about? New beginnings. Okay, so new beginnings completely. Okay, so the next card we have is the Page of Pentacles or coins. And what do you need to pay attention to that you may be trying to control or be angry about? Okay, so the Page of Pentacles, pages are like children. Okay, so childlike energy. I'm not talking about children, I'm not talking about certain people, I'm talking about the energy. Okay, so pages are childlike energy, innocent energy. There's a lot of energy there as well because it's childlike energy. And when we have the Page of Pentacles, pages also represent messages. Okay, so the Page of Pentacles is about maybe an offer for a new job or a new start with something. Remember, we had this one, ending of something, where you are going to be ambitious about something, new beginning. This could be like your new beginning relating to possibly a job. Okay, so you are going through an ending in the Zodiac wheel as well. So that's the ending, and soon you'll be going into the first house after Virgo has finished being in the first house this during this new moon. You'll move into the first house soon where you will acquire something new that will bring you some sort of prosperity, potential for prosperity. It's a new venture. Okay, new venture for new beginnings. It's you should also pay attention to where you have been trying to control. What have you been trying to control? What have you been angry about? So if you've been angry about or trying to control lack of commitment or laziness. Okay, wanting things to move forward. Okay, if you felt like certain situations have not been moving forwards because the energy has been too lazy, or there has been a lack of commitment by others or yourself even, now is the time to feel more ambitious. Okay, feel more desire, where you will crave a new venture because a new venture will present itself to you. Okay, so card number 4, we have the Lovers card. Okay, the Lovers card, this is a higher card, major card, and the last card also is the Magician card, which is about is a major card as well. So card number 4, the Lovers, what you need to declutter and rebuild in your life. What you need to declutter and rebuild. Okay, so with the Lovers, basically what you need to declutter is your heart center. Okay, so because the Lovers card relates, it's a higher major arcana, it relates to the heart center. It's related to Mercury and Gemini, which is also relating to communication as well. It relates to love, unions, and bonds. It relates to decisions that you have to make, or choices. And what you need to do is declutter and rebuild in those areas in your life. Okay, decluttering by understanding your personal value system, that will lead you with love. Okay, yeah, decluttering your choices, decluttering your relationships, decluttering your emotions, decluttering your love relationships. The Lovers doesn't only represent two people, intimate relationships. It can relate to other people that you love as well. Okay, so because there's love there. So declutter your idea about love. What does love mean? What is it? Okay, because we're in the new moon in Virgo, and new moon in Virgo is all about getting rid of anything that does not serve us and rebuilding in a healthier way, materially, physically, emotionally, mentally, all of it. Okay, so the Lovers is saying decluttering your life in all of those areas, and then rebuild in all of those areas. Okay, where to focus your energy on that is worth striving for. The Magician card, your magic. You can make magic, you can manifest. Okay, so the Magician card represents your ability to manifest your life. Okay, you've got power, you've got skill, you have all the resources you need, inner and outer. It is ruled by the throat chakra, which is relating to communication. Your skill is relating to your ability to communicate, whether it's written or spoken in some way. Okay, so yeah, that's what you should be focusing on, your energy, and striving for that. Okay, so that's for you, Libra. Enjoy the new moon in Virgo energy. Okay, Scorpio. We've got Scorpio next. Let's have a look and see what comes through for Scorpio. Scorpio, you are in the 11th house, and the 11th house relates to friendships, groups, your ideals and causes, community, groups that you attend. Okay, so all of that, your friends, the people around you. Your hopes and your dreams. Let's have a look and see what comes through for you. Okay. So what we have here is 5 cards, and they're all positive cards, by the way. The very first card we have is the 2 of Wands. Wands are fire element cards. They relate to your inspirations, your desires, your passions, your behaviors, your attitudes. So when we have the 2 here, 2's all about duality, and the 2 of Wands, fire element card, the spirit side of a human being. So 2 of Wands relate to choices, okay? Planning as well. So planning and choices. It relates to your desire to move forward, moving away, possibly, you know, leaving home. So the first question we have is, how can you help heal or be of service to others? Okay, so through making decisions, whether should I do it, like, should I help others or be of service to others in the home or away from the home? I should plan my routine to be able to help others, maybe away from home at certain times and in the home at certain times. Okay, making plans, making decisions, being away from the home or being in the home. There's also something related to fear of change, and whether, you know, maybe there's like a fear as well associated to this, relating to change. So how can you help heal or be of service to others? Making decisions, making plans, putting in a routine, whether it relates to being in the home or out of the home. Okay, so if you need to go out of the home to help someone, if there's a fear of change or fear of moving there or fear of going there, maybe it's relating to the pandemic, I don't know. But if there is a fear in some way, look at why you're feeling that fear. Is it worth going there? Okay, so you have to think about number 1 first, and then decide whether you should do what you have to do. Okay, but usually this represents helping others through soulful connection, because it's the spirit card. And we've got the 2, which represents connection, unity, so soulful connection. Okay, so connecting from the soul, maybe soulmates, soul friends, soul family. Okay, so what do you need to recognize in your life and be ambitious about it? We have this card, the Knight of Cups. Maybe you haven't been following your heart lately, and this card is saying, well, it's time to follow your heart. Follow your heart, be ambitious about it. If you've got any heartfelt desires, ideals, hopes and desires, follow your heart. That's what this card is saying. Okay, following the heart. The Knights represent some sort of action or motion, and it has an undertone of romance related to it as well. So romance doesn't necessarily mean intimate connections. Romance can mean poetic or something idealistic in a sense, fairy tale like. So a certain thing that you want to maybe experience may have that kind of poetic kind of undertone to it. Okay, that also. Alright, so the next card we have is the 3rd card. What do you need to pay attention to that you may be trying to control or be angry about? So it's relating to work. Okay, working. Maybe you're trying to control work, or maybe you don't want to work. Maybe you're angry about the way you work. Okay, so have a look at your working environment. Is it supporting you? Okay. What needs to be changed? What needs to be tweaked? Okay. Why are you feeling angry about the work that you do? Maybe because it doesn't suit you. Maybe because this is just a stepping stone and you just have to bide your time and go with it for the moment. Okay, there's no reason to be angry about it or try to control it, because eventually it will be more hard work. If you do try to control, it's going to weigh you down energetically, basically. Okay, next question is what you need to declutter and rebuild in your life. We have the Fool card. Okay, what you need to declutter. Well, the Fool card is the very first card in the tarot deck, and it's about starting everything new, a fresh start, a leap of faith. Okay, so declutter everything that does not serve your purpose, that you don't need. Donate, give to charity, whatever you need to do. This card is saying it's time to embark on a brand new beginning. And we also have the Ace of Cups, which is also relating to beginnings, because aces are like the beginnings. And where to focus your energy on that is worth striving for is the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups are all potentials, and the Ace of Cups relates to love, okay, your intuition, new feelings, spirituality. Okay, if you have been feeling emotionally or spiritually or creatively blocked just recently, it's time to open that up again. Okay, it's time to focus your energy in that direction, because it's worth striving for this. Okay, we have with the Ace, if you can see, it's water element. It relates to the emotions and feelings. It's very creative energy. So it's time to let that creative energy flow into your life, or flow back into your life if you have been disconnected from it lately. Okay, so Scorpio, that is for you. Enjoy the new moon in Virgo. Okay, so we've got Sagittarius next, and Sagittarius, you are in the 10th house, and the 10th house relates to career. It relates to your stance within the public, or recognition, reputation, your prestige, your stance within the general public, basically. Okay. All right, so let's have a look and see what the tarot has to say for the Virgo new moon. Okay, we've got 2 cards. Three more cards. Okay, that's a very much of a 10th house card, the 6 of Wands. It represents public recognition and success. Okay, and that's the last card in this layout, which suits you perfectly. Okay, so let's start with the first card. And when I look at your cards, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cards in fire element. Well, pretty much like yourself, Sagittarius. Okay, fire element cards relate to your inspirations, your desires, your passions, your behaviors and attitudes. And it is a very, very Sagittarius energy. And you've got 4 cards out of 5 that are that energy. It's relating to the spirit side of the human being. Okay. First card, how can you help heal or be of service to others? And what we have here is the Four of Wands, and the Four of Wands portrays home and family. So this is saying home and family comes first, and you can help heal or be of service to others from your home. Okay, so it can also relate to people that are close to you, like friends, community. Okay, so maybe that's all you can like expand during this time, not more than that. Fours relate to stability, so stability comes first. Relating to community, maybe there is certain things that you can do to help heal or be of service to others within the close proximity of your community. But it's usually with this card relating to the home. Okay, that's what's coming through, the home. The next card we have is the Five of Pentacles. Okay, Five of Pentacles, Five of Wands. Where did Pentacles come from? Okay, Five of Wands. Now, Five of Wands relates to conflicts and competition. So what do you need to recognize in your life and be ambitious about? Okay, so if you've been feeling lack of competition, even a little bit is all you need, because competition, it kind of like fires you up. It's your energy. So fives are usually challengeable numbers or cards. They're challenges, and there's a lot of conflict in this card, but this is saying what do you need to recognize in your life and be ambitious about. So competition. Okay, so if you're feeling conflicting situations within yourself, that could also be relating to this card, trying to resolve the conflicting issues within yourself. If you have been having conflicting issues within your home, trying to resolve that, because you're an ideas person, you inspire people. So this is also relating to competition, competing with yourself or competing with someone else, just for the fun of it, not as in, realistically competing where, to make the other person feel lower than you. It's not about that. It's about I can walk an extra 100 steps today, or something like that, whatever it may be. Okay, so competing with yourself or competing together with a friend, doing some sort of physical work, because this card also represents physical activity. And with the Virgo New Moon, Virgo is a sign of starting new things that relate to your daily routines, such as a healthy lifestyle, eating right, doing healthy exercise, etc. So this may be like doing some sort of exercise or physical stuff that requires a little bit of physical challenge or competition. Okay, so that's what's coming through. What you need to recognize in your life and be ambitious about. If you're not feeling the competition, you have to start feeling that competition where it's firing you up, where you can be more ambitious about striving for whatever it is that you're striving for. Okay, what do you need to pay attention to that you may be trying to control or be angry about? Okay, so if you're feeling like always you need to stand up for your own rights, you feel like you need to stand your ground, this is saying have faith. You don't really need to do that. That could really tire your energy. You may be feeling that because you feel lack of action, lack of movement, or you're feeling ungrounded or out of alignment. The Chariot card represents moving forwards. It represents action. It represents success, victory, asserting yourself, being in momentum. So if you feel like no obstacles will stop me now, and you kind of like have this defensive attitude where you're like pushing everyone away, and you're angry, or you're doing it in an angry kind of way, or you're doing it in a controlling kind of way, you're doing it the wrong way around. Okay, so you need to first align your energies, ground yourself, be focused where you're going, okay, be grounded, and then see if you really need to stand your ground. Okay. Okay, the next card is what you need to declutter and rebuild in your life. Too many heartfelt desires, too many where you've lost count, you don't know which one to focus on. Okay, too many choices. So what you need to do is narrow your choices. Start with maybe one or two and then move forward. Yeah, that's what you need to do. You've cluttered your mind, or your emotions, your feelings. You know, you want to do this, you want to do that, you want to achieve this, you want to declutter it. Okay, write them all down and forget about them. Write them down so you don't forget them, but you've got notes of them. But once you do put down the notes, close that book off or that journal off and forget about it from your mind, forget about it from your heart, and just focus on one and then go from there. Okay, so where to focus your energy on that is worth striving for? Your victories, your successes. Okay, so if you're striving for success, you will attain success. Okay, that's where you should focus your energy on anyway. Okay, you're worth it. This is the 10th house you're in, and it's relating to public recognition, victory, success. It relates to your career, your prestige. There could also be something relating to a promotion or something like that. Okay, so that's what's coming through for you, Sagittarius. Okay, Capricorn. Capricorn, you're in the 9th house. The 9th house relates to travel, higher learning, philosophy of life, spirituality, different cultures, different places. Let's have a look and see what comes through for you. 5 cards for you. Whoops. Okay, so we've got 5 cards. The first card we have relates to the question, how can you help heal or be of service to others? And we've got the Star card, and the Star card is a very positive card. Okay, so it's like with spiritual guidance, that's what it's saying. Through spiritual guidance, by helping others to have hope, and expressing to them that the universe will show them that they can have faith in their dreams. Okay, that's what the Star card is all about. Okay, what do you need to recognize in your life and be ambitious about? We have the 4 of Swords here. Okay, the 4 of Swords represents reconnecting at the mind, body, spirit level. Okay, where through rest or restoration, you will be able to you will be able to restore, rejuvenate. Okay, so you need to recognize that you have been burnt out, or you need rest. Okay, so if you've been feeling restless lately, or burnt out, or under stress, it's time to rest as much as possible. Okay, and you should be more ambitious about the idea of understanding that the more you connect and be coherent at the spiritual level, as well as mind, body, and spirit. The sword cards represents the mind, okay, and you have the body there, and the body's meditating, so it's like mind, body, spirit. Okay, so mind, body, spirit level, you will be rejuvenating your physical body, your mental body, mental energy body. Everything's energy, so it will help you to smooth out those rough edges. Okay, the next card we have, card number 3. What do you need to pay attention to that you may be trying to control or be angry about? Okay, so if there is a specific person who is quite overbearing, jealous, or even like, competitive with you, okay, if you feel like there is a female, it could even be a male, okay, that is kind of selfish, maybe someone who is jealous because of their insecurities, or someone who is quite courageous and determined, that is kind of overbearing. Okay, so if you have been angry with this person, this could also be you yourself. Okay, if you have been angry with this person or trying to control this person, don't. Just let them be. Now, if this is you, whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. It's only the energies that we're going through. If you have been feeling insecure, selfish, or jealous, or determined and courageous to the point where you are, coming across as being overbearing, okay, then and you're feeling these emotions, or you're feeling angry because you can't control the way you want to be, or maybe you want to be more courageous and determined and passionate, but you can't, and you're feeling angry and trying to control yourself to be like that. This card is saying, just let go. Don't try to control. The more you try to control, you only see one perspective, where a whole unlimited, expansive perspectives will be out there for you. Okay, so this card, the Queen of Wands, what you need to pay attention to, firstly, is that you are that courageous, determined, passionate, and joyful person that is creative, very creative. And you have to stop controlling yourself to be like that, or you have to stop controlling others that are overbearing towards you, because their perspective of how they are is normal to them, and if that is not normal to you, what you have to do is respect their differences and tell them nicely how you feel uncomfortable, and tell them not to be like that, just nicely. Okay, so that way they can stop being a certain way towards you, because you don't want to be constantly bombarded with this type of energy. Just nicely say that I appreciate the way you are, but I would like to be not, be imposed with it, or pressured with it, or whatever it may be. Okay, so where to focus your energy that is worth striving for? Going inwards. searching, seeking. Okay, so you are in the ninth house about travel, higher learning. This is like a guru. The hermit is like a guru. So you may actually come across someone like a guru in your life during this time, but it depends. It also represents on going inwards and contemplating, finding the treasure inside of yourself. Okay, it's like going hermit mode, meditating, pulling out the treasure that's within you. Okay, so that's where you should focus your energy on, that is worth striving for. The hermit is also a seeker. Okay, they travel and they seek. They seek spiritual knowledge, they seek philosophy, they seek and they learn higher wisdom, all of that. And you are in the ninth house, which does represent that at the moment for you. Okay, so that is for you, Capricorn. Enjoy the Virgo new moon. So next we have Aquarius. Aquarius, you are in the 8th house, and the 8th house is about getting your needs met. It's about life secrets and joint resources. So there may be certain secrets that may be coming out during this time. Do not be surprised if you see something or hear something or suddenly stumble across something that you thought was, you thought was something that will never happen. Okay, so it's possible. Okay, so let's have a look and see what comes through for you. 5 cards. Okay, so the very first card we have is the Queen of Pentacles. Now, the Queens are very creative, okay, and Queen of Pentacles is all about abundance and creativity herself. She's very creative. She's very resourceful. She is practical. The very first question we have is, how can you help heal or be of service to others through your creativity, through your practicality, through being generous, through being responsible, and through making others feel comfortable, through being resourceful, all of that. Okay, the Queen of Pentacles or Coins, she comes across as like a motherly figure that is like a homemaker. So being practical, being creative, making others feel comfortable and secure, all of that. Cooking something for everyone or whatever it may be. Okay, doing what a mother would do for their children, that kind of attitude. That's how you can help heal or be of service to others, Aquarius. So what do you need to recognize in your life and be ambitious about? What you need to recognize in your life is 10 of Wands. I keep thinking Pentacles for a moment, but it's 10 of Wands. Okay, so the 10 of Wands, Wands represent the spirit side of the human being. It's a fire element card. So it is relating to 10, which is about completion, and you're looking at the burdens. Okay, so maybe you're doing so much that it becomes a burden. It can also be that. Okay, too much on your back. Maybe it's time to say, hey, come here and help me out. Okay, so the 10 of Wands, what you need to recognize in your life and be ambitious about this is accomplishment. Okay, so we're not looking at the negative thing, we're looking at the positive of the Ten of Wands, fire element card. What is it that you have achieved so far? What are your accomplishments? Okay, by seeing your accomplishments, you will realize your strengths, and you'll be able to be more ambitious with what you are doing in your life. Okay. Also, if you're feeling, you know, too much responsibility, too much burden, feeling burnt out or stressed, maybe it's time to delegate. Okay, maybe it's time to delegate. So that's what's coming through. All right, card number 3. What do you need to pay attention to that you may be trying to control or be angry about? Okay, so we have the Hermit card here. Okay. The Hermit card is a very spiritual card, but if you've been like in, because it's the card of withdrawal and isolation, if you have been in, say, quarantine or lockdown for a while, that could relate to that as well. So you may be trying to control or angry about the lockdown, trying to control and be angry about on your own. You know, maybe you're stuck somewhere, you want to move forward. It can also relate to a rejection. Okay. It can relate to loneliness. So you have to realize that this is something, if it's like a lockdown or quarantine, this is something that you can't control at the moment, and there's no use being angry about it. So in the meantime, what you can do is contemplate in solitude, where you can gain some sort of insight and awareness. Okay, so that's what that is about at the moment. Okay, card number 4, what you need to declutter and rebuild in your life. Okay, so if you have been feeling a loss of direction or a loss of will or lack of discipline, okay, that's what the Chariot represents, because it can represent all of those. Normally it represents success. Okay, so if you have been feeling all of those, what you need to do is declutter and rebuild your life in the direction of self-control, discipline, and that will move you towards success. Okay. And the last card here we have is where to focus your energy on that is worth striving for. We have the 7 of Swords, and the swords represent the mind and the processes of the mind. Okay, so if you have been thinking or rethinking an approach of doing something in a certain way, or if you have been trying to cut corners to complete something, if you feel like someone has been trying to use tactics on you, that's another thing. Okay, what you need to do is release your thoughts relating to the negatives of that and focus your energy on rethinking an approach of how to achieve a solution to a specific situation in your life. Okay, change the way you do something, change the way you think about something, change the way how you're going to go around about in regards to something. Okay, that way if you focus your energy into that, and strive. That way you will be able to complete what you have to complete in a quick amount of time. Okay, so that's for you, Aquarius. Enjoy the new moon in Virgo. Alright, so we've got Pisces. Pisces, you're the last sign, and you are in the 7th house. The 7th house relates to relationships, partnerships, and any kind of relationship, basically, or partnership that is committed through some sort of contract, like a marriage certificate or partnership certificate or contract or something like that. Okay, so that's what's coming through for you in regards to astrology. Let's see what the tarot has to say for you. Talking about relationships, we've got the Lovers card and the World card. Oh, and the Justice card. Okay. So Pisces, the first question relating to the first card is, how can you help heal or be of service to others? We've got the Lovers card, which represents through love, but this time it's saying through unconditional love, because this is a major card. We see the angel up there. It just represents unconditional love. Okay, through unconditional love. What do you need to recognize in your life and be ambitious about it? Okay, so we've got the World card. Okay, so in your world, what matters to you? That is what you're looking at. So what matters to you in your world? That is what you need to recognize in your life and be ambitious about it. What it is that you want to achieve, what it is that you want to succeed in. Okay, all of those things. Okay, so what do you need to pay attention to that you may be trying to control or be angry about? If someone's been unfair to you, if you have been going through some sort of bad cycle or something like that, bad karma, understand that this is only temporary. If someone's been unfair to you, try to maybe communicate with them, tell them that they're being unfair. But if they've been unfair to you, it just means that, you know, there will be a cause and effect. So they will probably get, the tables will turn, basically, one day. Okay, so, but don't be unfair to anyone or even yourself. Okay, be fair to yourself, love yourself, care for yourself. All right, card number 4. What you need to declutter and rebuild in your life. Okay, the page here, we have pages relate to messages. So if you've been hearing a lot of gossip or information, even gossip about you, gossip about other people, doesn't matter. Information that does not serve you, it's time to declutter your life from all of that and just release and let go of it, because it does not serve your purpose. Okay, so that's what that card is saying. Just release all that information. Let go of it. You don't need it. And if there are people around you that keep doing that, maybe it's time to release them as well. Okay, where to focus your energy on that is worth striving for. The King of Cups. So the King of Cups represents healing energy. Okay, nurturing, caring, healing energy, but the King of Cups also represents water element sign man here. The King of Hearts, basically, it represents emotional intelligence. Okay, so where to focus your energy on? that is worth striving for emotional intelligence, having a balance between the head and the heart. So that is for you, Pisces. Enjoy the new moon in Virgo.